Alright, hey y'all, Janelle here, coming to you wanting to do a 6 whole year lock update. So my babies are 6 years old, meaning 6 years ago I put these in my head. I started my locks February 21st, 2000 what, 4? I guess 6 years ago. Yeah, 2004. And it was one of the best decisions that I've ever made. I kind of neglected them for quite a while. Especially before, I don't know if it was before my pregnancy, during my pregnancy, or after my pregnancy, but I experienced a lot of postpartum shedding, and so I lost some locks, but it's all good. I reinstalled some locks. I have one of those crochet hooks. I don't know if I have one in here now. Course, I ain't gonna be able to find it because I want it. But I have one of them, just crochet hooks that I've reattached some locks that have come off. And like I said, the longer I have my locks, the more I'm realizing that locks are in fact a labor of love, child. Meaning, those locks that you see long, they have some struggles, and locks have their own story. So, the thing about locks and watching other people's journey is that sometimes you get encouraged and sometimes you can get discouraged. Encouraged because the locks are beautiful and flourishing and long and pretty, but discouraged because yours may not look like someone else's. But the fact with locks is that it's your own journey, and so they're not supposed to look like anyone else's. That's your ID, that's your fingerprint, and so they are going to be different. I actually trimmed off some of the ends of my locks the other day. I wish I would have filmed a video or at least brought the hair that I trimmed in here, because I kept it. But it was just a few of the locks. You have those longer locks. And it was just the back row that they, because my hair, a lot of my locks didn't, they still had the curly cues on the end. So that very first row, or the very first row in the back, they were incredibly long, and one or two of them was really long. I can't remember if one of them, the longest one, was the one I attached or not. But I trimmed it just because, so it could even up, and sometimes you just need to trim your hair. I've been natural for 10 years. I've had, small trims, through those 10 years, but I've been locked for 6. So I just kind of didn't feel any sort of way like hanging on to that hair that needed to be trimmed. So I trimmed it. About a week or two ago, I did an apple cider vinegar rinse, and I started a video, but I didn't finish it. I just filmed me actually in the bowl, in the sink with the apple cider vinegar, but I ain't finished it though. So I don't know why. I just didn't. So I did the apple cider vinegar and baking soda rinse. I did it 2 days. The first day I did it, I think maybe 3 or 4 times, and then the second day I did it, and it was pretty clear on the first pass. So I did it another time with just a very minimal apple cider vinegar and baking soda. But when my hair dried, I did go ahead. Well, I didn't retwist my hair while it was dry, but my hair when it did dry, that, like I said, I did it twice, 2 days. So the first day when my hair dried, I saw that I have some, jeez, I hope I can see it. See, this is the last day I bought the ring lights. This is the last time I have to do this. But right here on that lock, in these couple right here, you can see where there's lint. Because honestly, I've neglected my hair and didn't tie my hair for quite a while. And it shows. I thought that I didn't like really see any visible damage, I guess, of me not tying my hair. But yes, A, my edges ain't never grown, but they ain't even flourishing. And B, I have lint, and it's lint. His lint. And I can sometimes I will get the tweezers and pick out my locks, but that's not a great idea because it weakens the lock. It destroys the integrity of the lock by picking out, with tweezers, lint, because it's not just lint that's going to come out. It's also going to come out hair as well. So, that's just something that I've learned. But this time what I did was washed my hair with just some Shea Moisture after I did the apple cider vinegar rinse, and then I did put conditioner in and made sure I did conditioner first. So I did the apple cider vinegar rinse, then I did conditioner. The reason why I did conditioner, because I knew I wanted to use a creamy conditioner, but I also knew I wanted to make sure that all of it was out. So I did the conditioner first, and then So I used the conditioner as a pre-poo, essentially, and then used the shampoo to actually cleanse my hair, but which was already clean since I had already did the apple cider vinegar rinse so many times. So then I just braided my hair. I retwisted my roots, braided my hair down. I did try to do 2-strand twists, and I've done them maybe once or twice before, but for whatever reason, I couldn't get to stay at the root. Every time I would get to the end, it would unravel. Not all of them, but some of them. But I couldn't figure out the fact that some of them would and some of them wouldn't. It just irritated me. So I just figured, you know what, we're just going to braid these things. And because I still don't like my hair straight, I'm still not really a straight hair person. I really love volume. And because my hair is longer, I don't have the volume I'm used or that I love with my loose natural hair, or that I could have curls, big curls up here. So I just have lower volume, but I still wanted volume. So what I did was use the flexi rods. I use the flexi rods at the end just to curl my braids. And so this is the result. Maybe I should wait till tomorrow where I can actually have the light. But these are them, my babies. And I know this is not a great, a true depiction of how long they are since they're braided. But I'll show you. They... they're in the back. When they're loose, they're pretty far down. But they're just brush strap length now. But in the back, though, especially that back row is about here. And it's funny because it was like, wait, how'd you get so long hair? I've never had hair before. Y'all don't understand. It's a lot of people with long locks who had long, loose, natural hair, or, had hair when they was a little girl. Bitch, I ain't never had hair before. So the fact that my hair is growing, it has grown and continues to grow, it amazes me. And, and I don't, like I said, I don't take care of it as much as I should, but I'm going to get back on it because you guys are going to help me. I'm going to start making more YouTube videos, and so that's going to encourage me to want to do my hair, because I ain't going to want to come on here looking a plum fool all the time. Sometimes I ain't going to care, but not all the time. So I do have this little lock jewelry in it. I got this from the Dollar Tree. I got it from the beauty spot store. I got a couple of them. But because my locks aren't the thickest, it was only 1 or 2 thick locks. You have a few thick ones. So I got this one. This is too small. And I just saw the other one. Of course, I can't find it. But I love just, beauty spot store finding them or whatever. I don't spend money on them. If you guys have a good vendor that you suggest black owned, then of course, link them below. But I just find little lock jewelries at the beauty spot store that I think are cute. And then I just put on my hair. And this one I've had in there for maybe about 2 or 3 months, because the wood is not tarnished, but it was like a bright woody color. So and that's just just to add. Now, I would love to color my hair. I am incredibly scared. Let me show you guys. And sadly, this is not all of them, but with my hair, when I had my daughter, she'll be 3 in November. So I experienced a lot of postpartum shedding. Was last year, year before last? Hold on, she'll be 3. So I experienced a shed in 2018, so year before last. And I had locks that came out. I also had locks, as she got a little older, that were incredibly thin, and she may have just yanked out by mistake, just climbing up on me or pulling, breastfeeding type stuff. But imagine how thin a lock would have to be for a child to have to pull it out with just breastfeeding. So these are 4 of the locks that came out. I did show this other day in my live, but just in case you didn't see. So 4 of my locks. These came out a while ago, because they aren't even as long as my hair is longer than that now. But so these have come out a while ago, but as you can see on each of them, do I have anything white right here I can show y'all? No, of course I don't. But on each of them, you can tell the base of the root of the lock itself got incredibly thin. Now, what's also interesting is that you see this bulb. My hair essentially went back to how, it started as babies. So where I didn't retwist my hair that often, being pregnant and not giving a fuck and not wanting to, when I finally did go back and retwist my hair and stuff like that, this part got fat, this part got weak, and it broke. I don't know the science of it all. Only thing I know that I experienced postpartum shedding. And it was painful. Not actually painful, it didn't hurt, but it hurt my feelings because these are my babies, and I had never had locks. What, they were 3 years old by that time, so I had them 3 years and I had never lost a lock. But you know, I've since just combined the hair. You know, some of them I did reattach. Like I reattached all of them on my. Y'all know I ain't got no edges. I ain't never had it, so miss me with the shit, bitch. Miss me with that bullshit. But I reattached, I think, these two on the side. I know for a fact I reattached these over here. And I'm sorry, I hate that I came on here and did this 6-year update when I just so happened to have my hair in braids and I can't really show everything. But I reattached that one right there. But I ain't got much edge, but if I don't brush it, they look real bad. So it's like, let me at least brush them, Lord, brush them. But yeah. So I love my hair like this though. I've never done the braids with I've actually never used the flexi rods on my locks. And I've had them for a couple years. My mama had a style that she wanted to use with some Marley hair, and we got them and then just never used them. So they've been here about 3 years. But I use them and I really love it. I think it came out cute. I think my hair isn't. Child, he just keep messaging me. We already talked about him. I'm not going. If you watch the live, then you know what I'm talking about. I'm not going, sir. I want you, but I'm not going to pick you up, okay? But so I've done the braids with the flexi rods, I believe 1 or 2 times, and excuse me, with the pipe cleaner curls once or twice. This is my first time doing it with the flexi rods, but I really enjoy it, and I think next time, well, I may not. Depending on how good I considered not taking these out. Like, I considered letting my hair, you know, combine and not taking these out. And I think this would be the perfect. Like, when I tell you this is perfect, this is perfect. Because again, the people who have the health, I don't want to say the people who, but most of the people who have the healthiest hair, they are thicker. Their locks are thicker. And if they don't, they have the thinner locks, then they have a loctician. I don't have a loctician. I don't have thick locks. So I want to just preserve. I'm on Operation 10. I want these locks for 10 years. I want them as long as possible. So at least 10, but I want them strong. And so I really considered leaving these in. But what I did not consider, I considered leaving them in after I braided them. But I didn't consider the parting as I braided them. So I'm concerned that I didn't part them correctly if I wanted to leave them in, if that makes any sense. And I know some people parting doesn't even matter, but I thought about it. I really dead ass thought about it. I don't know how many locks this is, but this to me just feels right. It feels so, and I love my locks and I love them. I love as many as I have, and I love them being as, you know, thicker or thin as they are. But honestly, just longevity wise, I'm thinking about it. So maybe in the next couple of weeks, year or 2, we probably are going to seriously entertain the idea of combining my locks. So just be on the lookout for that. But this is it, guys. I just want to show you, you know, what my hair is looking like at 6 years post. And like I said, the next video, I'm actually going to have my hair out loose. So you can actually see it, because I know now you're like, bitch. Nah, bitch. We want to see. I know I used to be like, I want to see everything. I want to see the parts. I want to see the roots. See the parts. But this is just, you know, braids though. So I just retwisted my roots. There's also some lint in the back, which I noticed, you know, that very back row, there's a lot of lint up at the top. So, you know, ideally, guys, I want to let go, and I just don't. How do you remove it? How do you get lint out your locks? You know, that's in your locks, not the ones that's on top that you can just pick out, but I mean the ones that's actually embedded in your locks. How the fuck do you get it out? Like, outside of in there and baking soda did not work. But, curls for the girls. Curls for the girls. I love curls. I love volume. I cannot help it. I've had my hair, I don't even know if I made a video about it. Did I? I had my hair done once last year or year before. I didn't like it though. I hated it with a passion. Hated it, bitch. Waste of money. So I've never let anybody take care of my hair except that one time, and she did an updo. She did exactly what I asked her, but the updo just didn't look good on my length of hair. How about that? Um, but it's this girl, it's this lady. Her name, I think her name is Lock Story. I wish I knew her Insta by heart, but she's bomb. Like, I don't even know how I don't know. I've been meaning to ask her, like, is it the technique or is it the product? She gets like every single freaking hair into that lock and palm rolls. And so, but that's also something I've been trying to incorporate more of, palm rolling down, because for a long time I just retwisted with the tip of my hands, which is fine. But as your hair gets longer, the hair gets longer, and the longer you go with the hair gets longer, and the longer you go between retwists, it's important that you palm roll the hair back down the length of the lock incredibly. Thank you, Damien. So that's something that I've just been trying to maintain. But like I said, next time I make sure I'm gonna come on here and have my hair right for you, loose, so you can see it. But you can see now, like, a lot of my ends are still, they did not they never got like that bulb at the end, which I love. For some of them some of them have more recently, for whatever reason. Maybe because I haven't been tying my hair up and it's just getting dirt and shit in it. I don't know. But I didn't mind. I love it. It's as close as the Lisa Bonet look as I'm gonna get with my kind of hair texture, is just the little curly cues at the end. So, that is what it is. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, I'm gonna be more consistent with my lock videos, and yeah, I just love the little curly cues. I love curls so much, especially on locks. But anyway, girl, I'm about to get up out of here. Probably not gonna do too many styles with these braids because I'm gonna be at home. I'm gonna be at home, but I did, like I said, I did get some cute stuff I want to take pictures with my baby in. So we got some matching fits or whatever. But yep, that's it, you guys. All right, I hope you guys' hair journey is going well. If you're thinking about locks, do it. It's a great decision. You won't regret it. If you got locks, bitch, just make sure you wrap them up tonight. Okay? Okay.